I never noticed how small they were until you mentioned it, and then
I
I
never
got this
noticed how
gun or
small they were
whatever,
until you accentuated them with
and then
jewelry.
and then like I'll be conscious of it sometimes, and like I'll just look. I have not seen anybody besides my family, and then Edward Norton, by the way, has very tiny attached earlobes. I noticed when I was watching Glass Onion. So there you go, some trivia for you. And that
So
I
you've been
think I
looking at
think
everybody's earlobes.
obsessively.
Hey everyone, and welcome to Why Are
Here
You
we
Still
are.
Here? Well, here it is, the episode we've been teasing for a little while at least. I don't
It's
know.
right here, guys. I'm not going to tilt it down. You can't read it yet. Spoiler
Ah,
alert.
my shirt. Well, first off, what are we talking about? We're talking about our top 10 movies of 2022, baby. And secondly, my shirt might be a little bit of a reference to what my number one is. So try to figure that out before we're done. Huh? Anyway, so before we get started, I'll let you know how we're going to run through this. So we're going to do two honorable mentions each, and then we're going to get into our actual top 10, starting with number 10, ending with number one. And I have some bad news for you guys. If this is the video that you're watching to hear our specific feelings about each and every one of these movies, it's not the video to watch,
We have a
unfortunately.
tendency to talk 5 minutes a piece per choice. So a top 10 list ends up being 3 fucking hours for us. And
Yes.
we can't do that anymore.
No.
We're
So,
talkative. We don't
yes.
stop. So this is gonna be the choice, one sentence possibly, and then we're moving on.
If that,
Except for our number one. Our number one we're gonna
yes.
elaborate on for sure.
We will elaborate on the number one, and really that's the only one we're going to elaborate on. But if there's anything on either one of our lists that you're like, oh, I wish they talked more about that, comment below. Let us know.
And
I
we
can't
will.
promise we'll do a video on it,
Wait a minute.
but
We won't. We will. What? He can't promise.
I cannot. I can't promise we'll do a video on it, but we could certainly do that.
Yes. Yes,
And
indeed.
so let us know if you are like, oh man, I really wish they talked more about that. Then maybe we will, maybe we will. So nothing left to do but to jump right into it. So Lucas, what is your honorable mention?
I have two of them. They're both horror movies. One of them
Okay,
is Smile,
okay.
and the other one is Halloween Ends. It just I don't
Mm,
want to hate on the movie. I am liking it more as time went on, like I predicted, but it couldn't make the top 10 for me, which
sure.
I am disappointed on. But you are too, and we've discussed this ad nauseum. So those are my two honorable
Correct.
mentions.
Very good, very good. My two honorable mentions is also Smile and a movie called Dog, starring Channing
Dog,
Tatum.
My name is Jeff.
It was good,
very good. Never heard of it, but if you liked it, then
very
I should
good.
like it.
Number 10.
10.
It's a weird one. The Al Yankovic story. I'm looking at you, Dan. That was a fun, stupid movie.
Snap!
You got snapped on by Weird Al?
Very good, very good. This feels so weird to do it like this. It's
I
like,
know. It's like
like,
ping pong.
yes, it is. My number 10 is a movie that has been nominated 12 times for Academy Awards, and that is Everything Everywhere All at Once. It was
Very good.
an absolute delight, and Jamie Lee Curtis is nominated for Best Supporting Actress, and I think that that is perfect.
We love you, JLC.
Indeed.
Very
Number
good.
9.
9.
Number 9 for me is X. when you reviewed this movie, I'm like, that is the weirdest thing I've ever heard. I couldn't prepare myself for what I saw. It was so stupid. I don't know, man. It's so funny. Oh boy.
Yep.
Oh boy.
Old
What a good year for a
people
horror.
sucks.
What a what's scarier?
Really nothing is scarier than that. So my number 9 is, no surprise to anybody, Fall, a movie that I talked far too much about in our last special features. So if you want to know specifically what I thought about that movie, I would suggest just going and checking out that other episode.
Number
Number 8.
8,
Number 8. This is the only movie. Actually, no, there's 2 of them 3 of them that didn't get full theatrical releases, but this one was the Del Toro Pinocchio on Netflix.
Oh, okay.
What a
I did not watch
surprise.
this.
And something that I didn't think I would watch, but someone recommended it to me. And like the live action one, yeah, that doesn't exist. This was very interesting. Very good. Very good.
Very good. Not the Tom Hanks one?
I'm so sick of seeing Tom Hanks as a kind old man in movies that it's really starting to bother me, but that's neither here nor there.
There
Or
might be
everywhere and all at once.
might be a movie on my list that Tom Hanks plays the opposite of that. So my number 8 is Death on the Nile. And this was a movie that I liked seemingly a lot more than a lot of other people. Nobody hates it.
Okay.
A lot of people think it's just okay, but I had so much fun with this movie. And so did my dad. We saw it together. And so, I mean, I just loved it. I loved it. So what else
Very
is there to
good.
say? Number 7.
Very good.
7,
My number 7, we were just speaking about this earlier, but it is The Batman. It was a great movie. I liked it a lot.
If you want to hear our specific thoughts on The Batman, we have
Ding.
a video for
Check 'em
that.
out.
Yeah. For some reason, it seems like when you add the things to the screen, the cards, they don't show up. They'll show up on a laptop, but they won't show up on your phone. So,
Oh yeah, they don't work on the mobile app, actually. Fun fact.
oh, okay, so that's the reason for it. Okay. So you may or may not see
Mostly.
something above us. My number 7 is Barbarian. This was a surprise. This was a movie that people kept on suggesting and recommending, and I was like, and then I saw it, and then I became that guy that was suggesting or recommending it. It's a lot of fun. A lot of fun. All right. So number 6.
6,
You just said it, Barbarian. I love that
Yes.
movie. Oh my God. Oh my God, was it good? Yes, I love that movie. And why did I not want to punch Justin Long? And well, I mean I did, but
Oh, he's so good.
The organizations ain't really organized.
We can't really say anything about it 'cause
Yeah,
it's a
yeah.
spoiler.
but yes, very good movie. I loved it. I loved it.
I'm happy to hear you loved it.
Good.
My number 6 is the movie that I just sort of referenced before when I said Tom Hanks plays the opposite of a kind old man in this movie. He plays a skeeving, nasty, middle-aged man, and that is Elvis.
The Colonel.
He plays Colonel Tom Parker. So it's we kind of had a video on it, didn't we? Didn't we talk about this?
We did a whole
sort
video
of?
on it, I believe.
Yeah, I think we did. If we didn't, I'm sorry, but we both loved it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
so
right.
number 5.
Number 5
5,
We're halfway
is-
done already.
is, I mean, it would make, it'd be perfect because it is Scream 5, but the movie's just called Scream. I love this movie. I absolutely adore it. Every time I watch it, I like it more. As you guys know, all of 2022, I became a Ghostface fanboy. I love Scream, and Scream 5 is no exception. And I'm really hoping, fingers crossed, that Scream 6 will be on my top 2023 list too. So
I hope that for you as well.
thank you.
My number 5 is Something in the way. Ooh,
Brandon's
the
favorite song.
Batman. The Batman. Again, we have an entire video on it, so nothing needs to be said about it.
Very good.
Yes.
Number
four.
4.
Another horror movie. Black Phone. I absolutely love that movie. It was actually my favorite horror movie of 2022. The last 3 aren't horror movies. Very good. This is a movie I can see myself watching every year. Maybe not even around Halloween, but just every year I'm going to watch this. I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
It's fantastic, and we have a video on our channel about it. Just me in the video. It's a solo video, but
yep, Brandon
we
saw
have
it
a video.
before I did, but I loved it.
Indeed. So number 3, Trace.
3.
As you may say, Trace Adkins.
The last movie that I watched for the list, Glass Onion. Holy fucking shit.
Do you see why I kept pushing Barbarian and Glass Onion on you? I'm like, you have to watch them.
Glass Onion. I did not think it could be better than the first one. When you told me it was, I was like, there's no way. That doesn't make sense. I at first was slightly thrown off with like the meta aspects and like the technology involved, but it was so self-aware, so cleverly written. All the humor hit at the right spot. I was laughing my ass off while in suspense, and I kept guessing. It was so well shot. Wow. Yes, that movie.
I could not have put it better
great.
myself. 100%.
Who's your favorite character?
Probably Edward Norton's character.
Okay.
Honestly, he's basically Elon Musk. That's all you need to know.
I'm gonna go with Duke.
Oh yeah, Dave Bautista.
I was so stupid.
Yeah, it's good. My number 3 is Scream. So Scream 2022, Scream 5, whatever you want to call it. We have 2 videos on our channel about it.
And not only that,
non-spoiler
we
and spoiler.
A complete cacophony of Scream content on our channel, and we will have more to come. So
we do have a ranking as well.
And we're gonna have another ranking after that comes out.
Are we?
Yeah. Any opportunity to talk about Ghostface? Yes.
Alrighty.
Yes, please. Shut up.
Okay. So number 2, Dose.
2.
Number 2 for me is Top Gun.
Take my breath away.
Maverick?
Well, yeah, Top Gun Maverick. I didn't think that the movie, on paper, I didn't even care about the first one. And you tell me about this. Why would I like this movie so much? I see it, and like I tell everybody, like I told you, it's that movie where you're proud to be an American.
And I'm proud to be an American, where at least I know I'm free.
It makes you feel good. It's fun, exciting, and the fact that it's practical in almost every sense of the freaking word really pushes it up there for me too. And you can just tell Tom Cruise had a lot of fun making this movie, and you feel that when you watch it, and it's great movie. And I saw it again with my dad. Most of these, not most of these, but a couple of them I saw with my dad. But that was the standout of the year was Top Gun.
Yeah,
one of the standouts anyway.
It was
that's my number 2.
Biggest surprise of the year, in my opinion.
Actually, yeah, that's the best way to put it. Very good.
Yes, it's also my number 2, and everything you said I agree with. It was incredible. It was something that I did not think I was going to care about even remotely, and then it turned out, surprise, surprise, it's incredible. And it deserves all the accolades it can possibly get, because I mean, it's such a feel-good movie, and it's just so... It's incredible. It really is incredible. And if you were one of the lucky few to see it in like the Dolby, like Dolby Theater, or if you saw it in IMAX, you're very lucky, because that's how I saw it for the first time too, and it was worth every single penny. It was so cool. You literally, it felt like you were actually flying
In the cockpit.
these jets. Yeah. So yeah,
Very good. Very good.
go check
Number
it out.
1.
1.
What movie came out this year that I
Uno.
haven't mentioned, Brandon? Elvis. That's
Oh,
my
okay.
top movie of the year.
Mm.
Holy shit, that was a good movie.
Very good.
That was the one that I saw with my brother, actually, instead of my dad. That's probably the first time my brother had been in the movie theater in like 15 years, probably. But that movie, phenomenal. Again, it makes you feel very sad. It's very depressing, but it's so well made. And Austin Butler, I mean, obviously Tom Hanks is great in it, but like Austin Butler just made that movie what it is.
Mhm.
Like that is Elvis.
Yeah, Austin Butler was wonderful. My number 1 is what's the one movie that I didn't mention, right? What is my
Glass
shirt in
Onion.
reference to? It's Glass Onion. I'm not even kidding. I saw the movie, and like I've talked about Letterboxd before. I keep
Mhm.
track of my lists on Letterboxd. I saw the movie, I went home, and I immediately pushed it up to number 1 on my list, and it's never moved from there since I saw the movie. It was incredible. It's so funny. It's so well written. It was weird. I liked it.
It was, dude. It was right up my alley. I don't know,
Yeah.
man. It was God, it was
It
so stylized
implemented-
too. Like it's its own thing. I don't know, man. Like,
Mhm.
because when I first heard about it, I'm like, how are you gonna do a sequel to this? This doesn't make
Right.
sense. And then they played so much real world aspects into the sequel that aren't necessarily present in the first one that I'm
Mhm.
thinking, like, if you keep Daniel Craig around as Benoit, you could have a franchise.
Benoit.
Like,
Benoit.
I like Benoit.
How'd you like to own a little bit of my foot in your ass?
I did want to mention that they implemented like the pandemic into it very well.
Mhm.
As soon as I saw that they were going that route with it, I was like, "Oh God, here we go."
I
There's
said the
3
same
movies
thing.
I saw this year that had the pandemic as like a theme
Some kind of
in it.
subtext subplot bullshit.
Yes, and this is one of the only ones that did it well.
Yeah.
And it
Yeah.
was just like it didn't mean anything. It went away very quickly and was served as just sort of like a fun, relatable segue into the movie.
Well,
And,
you're not gonna need your mask anymore. You're
it's just-
cured.
You won't be needing that anymore.
I won't.
You're good.
What was
Sorry, Duke.
that? Oh man, yeah. So it was really good, and it is basically some of the best cinematography I've ever seen in my entire life.
It's gorgeous.
Not only is it gorgeous, but there's like something really unique right off the very beginning, which was the stereogram. And the fact is, like, the guy's like, "Oh, you have to like relax your eye muscles to see it," and then
they
it's
do
from
that,
his
like,
point of
close up,
view.
and then has the arrow.
And it looks exactly like how it looks like when you do that with your eyes. And I was just like, as stupid as that is, like such a stupid small detail, I was like, that is so cool, and got me on board just a little bit more. And it furthers the point that Rian Johnson is an incredible filmmaker. He's just
not a good writer.
well, he wrote this. He wrote
did?
both Knives Out movies. Yeah.
I thought he just directed them.
Nope. He wrote and
Then how did The
directed.
Last Jedi turn out so horrendous?
Because it was not an original story that he wanted to put his original stamp on. I think that that's the only reason, because everything else the guy has done is good. So, or great. So,
Mhm.
but yes, that is our
So,
top
guys,
10 lists.
If you want, you can do a top 10 or 12 with 2 honorable mentions, and let us know in the comment section down below. What are your favorite movies of 2022?
Please, do you agree with our list? Do you disagree with our list? Is one of our lists missing something that is super, super important to you? Let us
I'm
know.
sure somebody will find something and let us know.
I'm sure. Both of our lists were pretty similar, except for a couple of choice things here and there. But
Mhm.
ironically,
Which I actually kind of expected them to be a little similar.
yes, I did as well. Especially being that we did videos on some of these things, and we
Yeah.
shared our thoughts and feelings in the videos. So yes, but that is all, everybody. And thank you for joining us.
As always.
And we'll see you next time. All right.
That was the most concise we've ever been. Bye,
Bye,
everybody.
everybody.